Stone Fort State Archaeological Park in Manchester, Tennessee. Welcome to Mornings on Main Street. I'm your host, Stephanie Miller. First, just take a look at this background. This park offers trails, history, waterfalls, and I'll share with you just a bit that this is a 782-acre historic area that's dedicated to preserving the history that's here. Coming up today, we're going to hear from one of the park rangers on what you can find here at the park, what you can explore, the waterfalls that you'll see, and the history that it holds. But first, let's get a check at the forecast.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather update.
Well, that wet pattern has begun here as we head through really today, but especially the next 48 or so hours. This morning, mostly dry, but we're already seeing hints of showers. I think that's going to be, kind of an all bets are off situation by this afternoon. Notice these showers and thunderstorms lifting through the area through the afternoon. Clouds lingering. That's a sign of that moisture really thick and dense across the area. Still some showers lingering through the overnight, paving the way for another wet day for our Tuesday. In fact, if you've been paying attention to the forecast, you'll know Tuesday night especially, that's the wettest portion of the forecast we've been keeping an eye on. PM showers and storms there as that front moves through. And hey, look what that front does, right? Look at those temperatures cooling down a good 5 to 7 degrees. We're going to be more mild by the end of the week, upper 70s here. Still a few stray showers on the signals there. I don't think it'll be a total washout, though, by any stretch. Certainly nicer weather to conclude our work week.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing Weather Report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail. The scenery is beautiful here at Old Stone Fort State Archaeological Park. And to tell us more about what you can experience and why you should make a visit here to this state park in Manchester, Tennessee, we have the park manager, Keith Wimberley, with us. Keith, thanks for your time.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for picking the park.
This is gorgeous.
Yes, it's a beautiful park.
It really is. How many what's the acreage here?
So the entire park's about 782 acres.
782 acres of absolute beauty. When you start driving in, I mean, it really is just like, okay, a little step away from, the fast-paced life and getting out and being able to hike the trails. How many trails do you have? What's the miles there?
There's about 10 miles total. We've got if you break down all the separate trails, there's about 8 different trails, but combined about 10 miles.
When people come in, what else can they experience when coming here?
Yeah, so the park was established in 1966 for what's called the Old Stone Fort, which is behind us here. It's a 2,000-year-old Native American mound site. So that, again, started in 1966, but that's why the park was established. Aside from that, there's several trails back here around the enclosure. There's one main trail, it's 1.4-mile loop, and there's rivers and waterfalls on both sides. The Duck River is over on this side, and it flows about 285 miles to the Tennessee River in West Tennessee. But the Duck River has been nationally recognized as one of the 5 most biodiverse rivers in the world, and the most biodiverse in North America. So it's a pretty substantial river. And then over on this side, we have the Little Duck River, which dumps into the Duck further on back this way. We have a 50-acre campsite. A campground with water and electric hookups. And then we have a picnic area with about 30 tables and a shelter you can rent. And that's the main area of the park. And then the museum that talks all about Native American prehistory and such.
So when people come out, can they swim in the Duck River when they come?
They can swim. We recommend that they be very cautious. Obviously, we don't have lifeguards or anything like that. And there's several large waterfalls, and you have to climb down the bluffs to get down to the rivers in certain areas. So you have to be very careful, but yeah, you can swim here.
Before I ask you a couple more questions about the Duck River, talk to me about the waterfalls people can check out.
Yeah, so we have 3 main waterfalls here on the park. There's over here on the Duck River itself, there's what's called Blue Hole Falls, and then farther downriver is Big Falls.
Okay.
And then over here on the Little Duck River, we have a series of waterfalls that's called Step Falls or Little Falls.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, very beautiful setting.
Talking about the biodiversity of the Duck River, there's been some issues with the Duck River that have come up, in the area with the company wanting to come in. But for those who may not be familiar with what the biodiversity means to our area, can you explain that to them?
Yeah, so biodiversity just means the sheer number of different species that are in the river, all the way from small snails and mussels, all the way up to larger animals with deer and bobcat and things like that. So just a wide variety of species.
How wonderful this is. And you've been here for how many years?
25 years.
What does this park mean to you now? What is it like to come in and be here every day?
Oh, I'm very blessed, definitely. It's like you said, an amazing setting, but to be able to oversee a site like this is just a special blessing. Not everybody gets to work in a great setting like this, so I don't ever take it for granted. But I've been, like I said, here for 25 years. I was a ranger for 10 years before I became the park manager in 2010. So,
why else should we make sure that this is on our list of places to visit here in Tennessee?
Well, it's just special just because of the Old Stone Fort itself. The Native Americans 2,000 years ago saw how special this place is. And it's still special today. We don't necessarily have Native Americans coming to have ceremonies here, but it's still a very sacred and special place to come visit.
In your museum, do you have other information or pamphlets that we could take with us?
Yeah, we have a brochure about the park and all of Tennessee state parks, and then other maps that you can get. But it tells you, the exhibits themselves tell you all about Native American prehistory and the establishment and the setting of the Old Stone Fort, and talking about, like I said, archaeology and prehistory in general.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. Is there anything I haven't asked?
I don't think so. I do, like I said, welcome people to come out. Just be careful when you do come here. Please be mindful of the mounds. Okay. Again, they're 2,000 years old. And we want them to be here for at least 2,000 more years.
100%.
So stay off the mounds, stay on the designated trails, and for your safety and the preservation of the mounds as well.
Thank you so much. We appreciate all the time that you've given us today. As we head to break, we're going to look at some of the trails and the waterfalls here at Old Stone Fort State Archaeological Park. We'll be right back.
Take this point and measure exactly where those artifacts were found, so we have a record of where they were found versus other artifacts that were found within.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
He shoots, and he scores!
Welcome back. Here's a look back at the 29th Best of Clarksville. Last Thursday, hundreds turned out to show support to nominated businesses and organizations. This event is a festive community celebration and a fundraising tradition for the Clarksville area. 100% of the proceeds will go to the following local charities this year: Three Friends Animal Rescue, Nurture House, Judy's Hope, and Legends Hero Service Dog Training, along with hosting charities. That includes the Clarksville Rotary Club, Kiwanis Club, and Bikers Who Care. Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you back here later on.